I talk a lot about different career paths on this channel, and one of the ones that I talk about a bit is project management. And the reason why I do is because it makes really good money. It's aligned with security engineering, cybersecurity engineering, engineering in general, system engineering, and there's a huge need for them, and it's a good career path. Not enough people talk about it, so that's kind of why I kind of mention it. And I've noticed a lot of cybersecurity and IT people have started getting the premier certification for it, called the PMP. And I want to show you the reason why. I'm going to keep this one short. By the way, my name is Bruce. I do all things GRC related, specifically for NIST 800, and we talk about all things related to cybersecurity on this channel. Let's get right into this one. So somebody said, I got family who are PMP and Scrum Masters. Not only do they make stupid money, but they are able to have 2 and 3 jobs because the job is mostly remote and is not very demanding in terms of long projects. Just too many meetings. So while I would not encourage you to get 2 and 3 jobs, and whatever you're doing, it's just very stressful, and I'm speaking from experience, it's not a good idea. I will say that PMP is a great career path to do. Now, I don't know what a Scrum Master is, so we're about to research that right now. And I know it makes money because on several occasions people have mentioned it. And here's Scrum Master jobs right here. Let's just kind of look at this market. So I'm doing a search for Scrum Master on Google Jobs, and there's tons of Google Jobs. If you didn't know, if you go onto Google and just type in, I think Bing does this too, anything jobs, like if you sanitation jobs, cybersecurity jobs, IT jobs, it'll come up with a search that's specific to it's an aggregator that's bringing in all searches from all job sites in one place. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so I just did that on Google, and I'm looking at Scrum Masters. There's a bunch of remote jobs here, and so there's a lot of opportunities here, but I want to see how much Scrum Masters make. So let's just look at Scrum Master salary. So I'm going to type that into a search engine here, Scrum Master salary. And as you can see, in the state of Iowa, it makes 78,000 on average. And then Florida is making $80,000 on average, and Missouri 77. You get the idea. If you had 2 of these jobs, you'd be making well over $100,000. So how much do they get paid? Let's see what the question says here. The averages in the average, remember, in the United States is $99,000, and the median uh, hourly rate is $46 an hour. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's getting paid more than most Americans do. And then Scrum Master salary, according to builtin.com, is 107,000, and with cash compensation of up to $11,000. So this is no joke. But what is a Scrum Master? Because I really don't know. So I know it has something to do with project management, but let's see. What do they do? Description. I want a description. What do they do? Just tell me in a nutshell. Explain like I'm 5. A Scrum Master is a professional who leads a team using agile project management through the course of a project. A Scrum Master facilitates all communication and collaboration between leadership and team players. So basically, it's a project manager. This is exactly what project managers do. So they have like a little diagram here for those who are just listening, and it has a Scrum Master in the middle, a little icon of a person in the middle, and it says fostering communication, protecting the team, tool maintenance, reporting. So they're pretty much coordinators, and they guide you through a giant project. And the reason why this is super important is because a lot of times we're on these gigantic projects. We meaning IT people, engineers, um, people like myself, information system security officers, and we're having to work with several different organizations, units within our organization. So that coordination gets crazy. Like we already have enough to deal with for us plan of action and milestones, hundreds and sometimes thousands of vulnerabilities that we have to sort through, uh, all kinds of controls, like literally hundreds and or even thousands of controls if you're on several different systems. So we have our own stuff that we have to worry about. And then your firewall guy. The firewall guy has hundreds of rules they have to maintain and go through. They have the weight of the organization on their shoulders because they're literally manning the firewall that's keeping the whole internet at bay. You've got network engineers who have they're doing routing protocols. They're making sure that the systems are running efficiently. They're making sure that the data while the packets are getting through. They might be doing some security, some voice over IP stuff. They're doing a whole bunch of other stuff. So when you have to manage, when you have to deal with this gigantic project, and you have the dependency from this other organization who has to actually install certain things, and there's just so many moving parts with a giant project that you need somebody who is a professional at communicating, at bringing people, coordinating with people, making sure that everybody is following the engineering practices to go, okay, we got to do this first. Now we got to run a scan. Now we've got to do this. So they got to know all of the processes of the organization to make sure that the system engineering is done properly, that's in line with the cybersecurity engineering process, and it's in line with the, say, developers, DevOps process. So all of that has to line up, and that's where a PMP, a project manager, comes in. And that's why they're paid so much, because we really need them. And we need them across the board. I mean, not only in the healthcare industry and the financial sector, when you're dealing with gigantic fintech processes and systems, or but also in the government. So the governments also need a person who's in the middle, who's going to bring everybody together, coordinate the project, and make sure it's done on time and under budget. And that is what a Scrum Master and a project manager does, and they get paid pretty good. So let's look at a couple other ones right here. Let's look at project manager's salary. I've done this before. I'm doing it again because it can't be understated. This is something where it's getting paid really good. Like most people, they're talking to me about going into cybersecurity because they want to get paid, right? But the thing is, there's a huge learning curve for this in this field. But in project management, the learning curve is not as, you don't have to learn a bunch of IT stuff that you may never use, which I do. Like I know a bunch of IT stuff that I'm never or rarely ever get to use. Like I know database stuff that I've completely forgot about because I just never use it. So here you go. They're making about 70,000, 50,000 on the low end, 140K on the high end. So these guys are getting paid, and it's actually searching via Colorado, and I don't want it to do that. But let's see. Let's go for jobs, and let's look at project manager. So you got plumbing project managers. Look at this. Project managers are in every aspect of every field. So you got plumbing, you've got and they're managing large projects for plumbing. Like maybe you have a whole bunch of people out in the field doing they're electricians, and you've got to have somebody coordinate all those projects on new houses being built, um, new apartments complexes being put in, and you have to have a team of people go out there. You gotta have somebody coordinate all of those giant projects. So yeah, look at this. You got some in Peraton, you've got some in Service Master, you got some in Kratos, all kinds of fields here, and that's just in the state of Colorado. All across the United States, they absolutely need this field. So if you're looking for something that's not going to be super high, super in the weeds on technical stuff, if you're not a technical person and you're trying to get in this field, you're trying to get paid, then you happen to be a more mature person, but you know, we want something more secure. Maybe you were a teacher before, maybe you were a coordinator at a hospital before, or you were a CNA at a hospital. Now you're trying to level up into IT because you see that, you know, IT people are still getting paid even in a recession or whatever. Project management is also in line with what we do, and it's also very much needed in all kinds of industries. So you might want to look into it. And so that's all I'm gonna have today, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. We're trying this thing where we're just doing like one-offs, just like daily short mini podcasts. We're talking real quick and then just like focusing on one thing. But if you're interested in having longer conversations, I do this every Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can also catch me on Discord, catch me on my email, which is contact@convocourses.com. Also, you can reach us, get some great discounts on convocourses.net while it's limited, so I'm not going to give this forever, but it's for now. Just go ahead and check it out. But if you want to join us, also you can go to convocourses.com. Tons of free stuff, all kinds of downloadables, and that's it for this one, guys. I will see you guys on the next one.